magang. Oke, very nice, very nice. Wah, mantap, mantap. Berarti ini pas banget nih dengan kita ya. Oke, apakah ada perusahaan tertentu nih yang ditargetkan dari Dewi, Nada, atau Stefan? Kalau mau magangnya mau kemana? Oh, ini ya, semua yang tadi ya yang dikasih contoh ya. Nice, nice. Mm-mm. Ini untuk teman-teman kira-kira apakah ada perusahaan tujuan yang ingin uh, dicari? Is it something like Shopee? Is it something like Google? Or is it more of mega banks of Southeast Asia? Ya, DBS, UOB, OCBC, kemudian mau ke Dana, gitu ya. Oke, nice, nice. Data science, data analyst, ya. So untuk industri ataupun perusahaan nggak ada, there's not exact goal ya, Dewi ya. Oke, only the position. Oke, nice, nice. Kalau untuk industrinya ada. Oke, kalau dari Nia pengen coba consulting. Oke. Berarti ini targetnya berarti seperti kayak BCG ya Nia ya, McKinsey, Force Strategy. Asik nih. Oke, mantap, mantap Dewi. Soalnya saya Dewi suka yang high speed ya Dewi ya, yang high intensity ya untuk di startup ya. Oke, then we will have quite a lot of options for you. Mantap, mantap. Biasanya untuk anak, kalau kita kerja di startup nih, well, we have like a nice focus on certain area and certain skills, ya. Itu juga pasti akan di-involve untuk area-area lain gitu ya. So maybe you will be 80% data science, then you got like 20% business analyst and stuff, right? Yeah. So I think untuk anak-anak yang suka high pace or have a dream of to be startup founders, itu internship di startup would be one of the best options to learn. Karena from my experience as well, nothing beats experience, right? We can learn as much in the book and in theories, but if we haven't really put that into practice, then it would be tough to truly understand what that theory looks like when it's being applied into work area. Yeah. So very happy to hear all of your input regarding the job title that you want, the industry that you want, as well as a bit of a pictures of where you'd like to be when it comes into gaining your experience. Yeah. Good. Thank you very much for all the answers and all the engagement. Dewi, Nia, Nanda, Stefan, we are looking forward to have you apply to the program. And we like this type of people at Glints as well. So if you want to go into HR tech or education technology, there's going to be internship in Glints as well. Feel free to pick that, right? And we will be colleagues. Okay, then without further ado, it's already 10:05. Jadi mungkin untuk teman-teman yang baru gabung, kita ada absensi ya yang sudah dikirimkan linknya melalui chat. Let me resend it again. So kalau ini yang baru gabung, mohon untuk minta waktunya ya, kira-kira 2 menit untuk mengisi absensinya. Okay, in the meantime, then let's start. So everyone, perkenalkan saya Jeffrey, saya adalah partnership leads dari Glints, especially Glints Academy to be specific, yeah. And I've joined Glints about 7 months ago, and prior into that, I was a product manager at ProGate. So if you know the coding learning platform from Japan, And previously, before that, I was a product manager at ProSpace, which is a Singapore property technology that will be also offering internship experience with and through Glints. Yeah. And before that, I tried to be my own entrepreneur, didn't work out. And prior into that, I was working for a venture capital called Riepra. Okay. Funny story, Riepra actually invested in Glints when I was working there. Yeah, so now I'm working in one of the investees. But in terms of education background, I actually graduated as a psychology major from University of Groningen in the Netherlands. And that was back in 2015. So yeah, I have to say that the last 6 years of my life in terms of career has been quite intense. But of course, this is byproduct of my choices. Given that my end goal is to have either a startup or become an entrepreneur or become an intrapreneur, right? So what intrapreneur means is that I'm setting up a new business unit within a company. And I think Glints is really my target because my entrepreneur and intrapreneur aspirations is in employee well-being as well as mental health, right? So the dream's still there, still working towards it. And I do hope that I'll be able to realize it within the next 2 to 3 years. Okay, so enough about me. Then it is about, let's start with the webinar for today. So today's webinar is going to be about the International Campus Merdeka that is designed both by Glints Academy, as well as Kemendikbudristek. Okay, so a little bit about Glints Academy. We are the #1 education to placement focus platform in Southeast Asia. What it means is that for us, our success and our North Star is not really how many graduates that we have, but more on how many people we can put into work. Yeah. So far saat ini sih Glints masih fokus ke coding bootcamp and programming bootcamp, but we are slowly diversifying our product, right? And it started with the cooperation with the government when it comes to introducing Campus Merdeka, and we are actually also about to introduce a digital marketing program with one of the top university in Singapore. Okay, so watch out for that. You guys are interested in any of our program, you guys can go to academy.glints.com to see more and to find out more. So what is Campus Merdeka? As some of you mentioned already, and some of you already know about this, this is a program created by Kemendikbudristek, ya, di mana antar mahasiswa dapat belajar setidaknya 3 semester. But then again, it depends on your university, ya. But the government is giving leniency for your university to give the students up to 3 semester to do the Campus Merdeka program. Okay, so it's consists of 8 programs. Itu ada magang, ada exchange, ada studi independen, ada pembangunan desa, kalau nggak salah ya, riset, and so on and so forth. Okay, nah untuk setiap programnya selama 1 semester, teman-teman dapat mengkonversikan program tersebut menjadi 20 SKS or up to 20 SKS ya, karena kalau kita tahu nih universitas kan berbeda ya sistem SKS ya. Nah, if let's say your university only provide up to 16 SKS, then it's going to be 16 SKS. Okay. So within that 3 semester as well, jadi teman-teman tuh juga bisa mix and match ya, 1 semester magang, 1 semesternya studi independen, and so on so forth, or bisa juga tuh selama 3 semesternya tuh melakukan magang. So jadi pas kita di approach sama Kemendikbudristek, like to be frankly honest, itu sebenarnya kita di approach sama Economic Development Board dari Singapore dulu. Nah, dan itu waktu itu Kemendikbud menanyakan ke mereka ya, ke IDB Singapura itu apakah ada kesempatan untuk membawa anak-anak Indonesia untuk melakukan magang atau bekerja di Singapura gitu ya. Nah, jadi dari situ IDB Singapura menghubungi mitra mereka yang terutama salah satunya adalah Glints untuk memberikan potensi magang ke seluruh mahasiswa yang ada di Indonesia. Nah, di situ kita mulai mendiskusikan dan kita agree to do internship as well as the studi independent. Dan setelah kita sudah mendiskusikannya, sudah mendapatkan oke, then we actually talk to students in Indonesia. Jadi kita tanya dulu nih, kita kan mau buat program, kita nggak bisa sembarangan buat gitu ya. Because kita nggak mau itu menjadi oke lah, yang penting ada magang kita lemparin anak-anak ke sana. And then we just say goodbye, we just get paid, right? No, that's not what we want to do. Again, our focus is how many students we can place to work, and by giving such a program, whereby kita hanya melepaskan tangan, kalian silahkan pergi, we're not going to meet our North Star. Nah, jadi di situ kita menemukan adanya 3 hal yang dihadapi oleh siswa-siswi yang ada di Indonesia. Ya, yang pertama itu adalah keinginannya untuk kuliahnya itu lebih praktikal. Ya, yang kedua mereka worry there is a pandemic currently happening and it's going to affect their ability to secure a job. Dan yang ketiga itu adanya mereka itu banyakkan mahasiswa itu tidak percaya diri untuk bekerja setelah kuliah ya. Nah, kalau dilihat nih dari survei nasional itu ternyata cuma 33% aja dari mahasiswa Indonesia yang merasa percaya diri untuk bisa bekerja setelah lulus. Okay, so if you guys kind of feeling this way, know that you're not alone. Nationally, a lot of students actually feels the same way. Ya, jadi kalau kita lihat tuh ada kira-kira 8 juta siswa, only 2.4 million feel confident. Okay, so how can we tackle this, and how can we incorporate a program that able to one, give you practical experience while you're working. Secondly, boost your confidence, right? So that when it comes for you to enter the job market, you feel like, I can tackle this, right? And of course, the third one, how can we place you as soon as possible after the internship or the independent study? Okay. So we actually come up with 2 programs. The first one is international internship, ya, pemagang internasional, dan yang kedua adalah industry project explorations. Nah, untuk kedua ini bedanya itu adalah penempatan pada saat kalian bekerja. Nah, untuk international internship di sini kita menjadi agregator dari perusahaan-perusahaan, mainly itu Singapura ya saat ini ya, but we are expanding, di mana kita menggait mitra kita yang ada di Singapura untuk membuka posisi internship mereka untuk anak-anak Indonesia. Ya. Nah, di sini, again, we are not just throwing you to the dragon. Kita ingin memastikan anak-anak itu sukses, kalian bisa memberikan impresi positif ke perusahaan-perusahaan tersebut, sehingga ya, setelah kalian lulus itu, kalian bisa diberikan kontrak kerja. Either in their Singapore office or in Indonesian office. Okay? But untuk magangnya ini kita pastikan kalian akan terekspos dengan dan bekerja sama dengan tim mereka yang ada di Singapura. Ya. Nah, untuk yang contohnya ini mungkin ada kita dengar juga nih dari Shopee Singapura. Ya, because Shopee is under C ya, yang ada di sini. So C owns Shopee as well as Garena. Nah, itu untuk Shopee Indonesia sendiri mereka ada buka posisi magang ya dari Kemendikbud juga. Tetapi untuk Shopee Singapura itu dari kita semua. Oke, nah di sini teman-teman untuk 1 bulan pertama apapun perusahaan yang kalian pilih nantinya, ya itu harus mengikuti pelatihan kemampuan teknis dahulu. Di sini kita akan mengasah very quickly about 4 weeks your coding skills, okay? And then we are also instilling and training you with workplace readiness skill. Nah, kenapa workplace readiness skill? Kita kan ada ratusan mitra. Ya, untuk operational kita yang ada di Batam sendiri itu we have 200 Singapore startups that work with us to get Indonesian talent. Nah, di sini kita interview tuh kira-kira pain point mereka pada saat mendapatkan talenta Indonesia itu apa? Dan mereka selalu bilang itu soft skill. Ya. Nah, jadi untuk hard skill-nya itu sudah oke. Right, so you guys can just relax. You're already good in your soft skill in general, but in terms of soft skill, there are a lot of things that need to be trained. Nah, jadi di sini makanya kita memberikan waktu 4 minggu juga untuk mengembangkan soft skill tersebut supaya, you'll be able to accelerate your program, accelerate your career into the company, right? So this workplace readiness skill include how to be a good teammate. That's one. How to self-manage, yeah. How to do project management, right? How do you prioritize your work, right? So this is actually very important karena ntar kan kita pasti banyak banget nih pekerjaan. But not all works that is given to you is important, right? You need to understand dari seluruh pekerjaan yang saya miliki, salah satunya di mana jika saya selesaikan itu akan memberikan dampak terbesar dan mempermudah pekerjaan yang lain, right? So this is something that a lot of Indonesian students still doesn't know. And then of course the last one is problem escalation. Jadi bagi teman-teman yang misalnya pada saat bekerja tuh udah mendapatkan masalah di pekerjaannya ya, dan suka berdiam diri hingga 1 hari sebelum pengumpulan. Nah, di sini kita akan memberikan saran dan juga training bagaimana sih supaya bisa mendapatkan mindset, hey, if I actually tell them there is a problem, it doesn't mean that I'm not good enough, it doesn't mean that I'm incapable, right? But that's actually part of being a team, right? Because your problem is my problem. How can we solve it together? Jadi kalau misalnya teman-teman melakukan project untuk mengubah misalnya button di button checkout di Shopee tapi ada masalah contohnya ya, it might be simple, but it's good to tell, hey, I'm trying to work on this, but I see that there might be a problem that I might not understand. I'm going to try to do it within the next 2 days, but if not, I'm going to need your guidance, right? So giving them heads up, right? Jadi pas 2 hari misalnya masih belum bisa, mereka bisa ngebantu juga. Yeah, so this type of like soft skill yang mungkin dibilang dari kita semua ya, it's a small thing, right? It's not actually. The one that differentiate between a successful person and those who doesn't are this soft skill. Trust me, I work with a lot of people, and it is always much nicer to work, and all the works just makes it all easier if they have such strong soft skill. So within these 4 weeks, you guys will learn about that, and you guys will also be given a quick technical training refresher, right? Dan setelah 4 minggu tersebut, baru kalian akan magang. Ya, nah dalam proses magangnya ini, ntar kalian ada pendamping dari perusahaan, dan juga tentunya dari Glints kita akan memberikan mentor setiap mingguan. Tugas dari mentor ini satu adalah memastikan kalian tidak merasa kesusahan ya, dan jika kalian menghadapi sebuah masalah, kita akan bisa melakukan intervensi sedini mungkin. Kenapa? Karena kita lihat sih the 6 months of internship is huge, right? So if you fail to get to perform within that 6 months and you fail in the internship, means that you will not get your SKS, right? And that means study delay, and we really don't want that to happen. Itulah kenapa kita ada mentor setiap minggunya dari Glints yang akan membantu kalian jika pada saat kalian menghadapi masalah, either it is with your team or is it with your company, right? We can intervene fast, we can give solutions fast, right? For instance, if let's say kalian masuk ke OCBC Bank 4, pada satu kalian baru tahu, this is actually not really a culture that fits me, right? So we want either try to solve that problem, or we can move you to a different internship as soon as possible, so that within that 6 months you guys can graduate. Okay, so this mentorship is going to be a very important component of your internship, and we hope that when you join us, or if you join us, you will maximize this. Okay. Nah, jadi untuk international internship nih kira-kira contohnya ada magang apa aja, ya? Just a couple of example, guys. Untuk yang Shopee itu ada front-end developer, back-end developer, dan game developer. Untuk front-end developer, they are using React. Jadi bagi teman-teman yang udah fasih banget React-nya, by all means, do so. Okay, apply for it. Untuk yang back-end developer, mereka menggunakan Python, right? Untuk game developer, if I'm not mistaken, it is using Unity. Oh, Unity, either one. I'm not a game developer, so I don't know. But I think it's Unity, if I'm not mistaken. Untuk ProSpace sendiri, berarti ini yang lebih mungkin teman-teman yang, okay, I like coding, I have interest in coding, but I don't really want to dedicate 100% of my time into coding, right? So di sini, jadi teman-teman bisa apply to product manager as well as QA engineer. Okay, so if you want to get into the business side of startups that also involve a little bit of programming, this is going to be a great chance. Okay, I love being product manager. I think it's one of the best job in the world. I was actually in that position, but in a full-time basis as a product manager in ProSpace, and they are doing a lot of exciting things for Internet of Things, right? So one of it is to to have this census to track the movement of people in the office, to understand where do people actually move around, right? Where do they like to mingle? Why do they like to mingle in that specific corner of the office? What makes it comfortable, right? And then they would work with the architecture to design similar space for the employees' working environment. Yeah. So their goal is to find a way to maximize productivity by understanding and providing supportive environment for people to work. So if you like that industry and you thought, okay, I want to be in between business and tech, would be a great opportunities for you to apply. And then of course UOB, everyone know UOB is the third largest bank in Southeast Asia. And over here we have position both in UOB Singapore as well as UOB Thailand. We are actually gaining more and more position from them. So at this moment it's 22, but we are asking for more. Okay, jadi bagi teman-teman yang ingin masuk ke finance, right? We know UOB is having one of the best digital bank at this moment called TMRW. So if you guys want to go there, you guys want to say, I want to be part of the team that developed this, it's going to be a good way for you to enter the financial industry as well. Okay, so these are just certain example. I think some of you were mentioning about data science and data analyst. We also have that. I'm not sure if Shopee have it. I think UOB has it. Yeah, I think UOB has it. If I'm not wrong, I think it's Cloud Comrades also have that. So we have a couple of partners that have data science and data analyst positions, and we are gaining more. We are looking for more. So keep your eyes watch on the positions. Yeah. Okay. Now setelah international internship, kira-kira ini ada apa lagi? Now another program that we have is industry project explorations. This is similar to study independent, di mana teman-teman sekalian bakal mengerjakan industry grade project, but dalam naungan dalam bimbingan dari Glens Academy. Oke, jadi kalau international internship itu teman-teman ke perusahaannya langsung. Kalau yang di sini teman-teman belajar di Glens Academy. Nah, what do we do here? Most of the soft skill component will be available to you, right? So there is going to be workplace readiness. There's going to be leadership week, we call the orientation and team building. So this is going to be on how do you see yourself in the future? What is it that motivates you to work, right? What industry actually excites you, right? So we're going to look into, going to reflect into your past and see any certain events that actually makes you very happy, and why that is, right? And then based on that, you guys will be presented with certain project. And this project is actually taken from our industry partner as well. So for instance, Ravenry is giving a project for you to do. I'm not sure if Shopee and UOB actually have, but be sure every project that we give you here is actually from one of our industry partners, right? Nah, di sini teman-teman akan mengerjakan 2 project, right? And at the end of this project, you're going to have a huge presentations as well as reflections on your performance within the project, what you can do better going forward, and as well as closing. So in the closing, for those who wants to look for work, we will be helped by our talent manager. For those who are still studying and want to consider doing another program in Glens Academy or Kampus Merdeka, will be able to help you with that, right? Jadi mungkin bagi teman-teman yang nanti mendaftar terus mengerjakan tes, dan pada saat mengerjakan tes teman-teman masih belum bisa masuk ke internship, you can consider project explorations first, right? And then in the next semester, then you can go to the internship. Yeah. So if let's say you guys have any questions on those industry project explorations or international internship, you can put this in the chat, and then I will answer it at the end. Okay. Nah, jadi ini bedanya antara ini sekali lagi, for international internship, you actually go to the company and you work for the company, right? So Glints will just act as a mentor, as a bridge between you and your company as well as your university. Ya. Nah, untuk yang ini industry project explorations, you are doing an industry grade project. Jadi project dari perusahaan-perusahaan yang kita minta. Oke. Nah, dan di situ tapi teman-teman melakukan project ini semua masih dalam bimbingan Glints Academy. Teman-teman belajar di Glints Academy. Oke. Nah, selain project-project ini apa sih? Apalagi gitu. Jadi tadi kan kita ada bilang pengembangan soft skill. Nah, di sini kita menaruh two important component in your soft skill development, dan itu adalah career planning dan self management. Yeah. So after all, Glints Academy is part of Glints, which is the #1 HR startup in Southeast Asia. Dan bagi kita, human potential is our realizing human potential is our vision, right? Our mission. So di sini kita akan mengajari teman-teman untuk melihat lebih dalam lagi. Kira-kira what industry do I want to be, right? What is the job that actually suitable for me? And if I want to be an entrepreneur, what is it that I'm weak at, I'm good at, and how can I prepare myself to be that entrepreneur? So from this, you guys, we're gonna use the concept of design thinking, and we'll guide you in your reflections, right, to understand your value first. So, like back then, before I joined Glints as well, I kind of understand a little bit about this because I studied psychology, but understanding it and actually doing it, executing it in real life, the impact is actually very huge. It's very big. It makes you understand who you truly are, right? So for instance, if you value being helpful to people, right? You ought to understand in what respect that being helpful that makes you feel happy, right? Is it in a way, okay, someone who have financial problem, then you just give them money and then that's it, you feel happy, right? Or you are being helpful in a way that is more long term. So when someone have financial problem, you just don't give them the money, but you also educate them about finance, right? So it's a true different thing of being helpful. One is short-term helpfulness, just being helpful for the sake of being helpful to people, or you are more on helping them and training them to have a better life through not just giving them money, but also educating them how can you not get into the situation again. So that's more on menggali potensi dari setiap orang, gitu ya. So you see, if let's say the first one is something that you like, you might not need to go to, let's say, you can just go to working in a bank as a loan officer, right? So they want to do something, you check, you give them loan, that's it, right? So, but if let's say you prefer the second one, then maybe education is for you, right? Or human resource training and development would be for you, right? So understanding this value will make you understand what career would make you feel happy, and you will have a dedicated time to do this career planning, and our talent manager will help you as well to find a suitable career path for you, right? Secondly, we have self-management. Again, this is more on kuasai dirimu, kuasai dunia, right? You can't control the whole world. The only thing you can control is yourself. Yeah. So how can you control yourself? How can you build yourself to be able to achieve your goal? So di sini sih kita ada kayak time management, di mana kita ada how to have a growth mindset, receive feedback, right? It will be very, very surprising for you that the nicest feedback that we give would explode a person. And a company that's not really a growth mindset, right? Because it is very important for you to be able to understand, hey, if someone gives you feedback in a nice way, yeah, of course not in a douchey way, but in a nice way, then you guys should be able to at least process the feedback, understand, okay, perhaps this is what area that I need to learn more, right? And being able to admit it and try to improve yourself so that you can be better at that certain area. Yeah. So all of this training, psychological training, attitude mindset training will also give it to you. Okay. And as part of the soft skill development within the program. Okay. Again, if you have any questions on this, you guys can put it in the chat. Then I'll go to that questions at the end. Okay. Now, so jadi kalau gitu mentorship dari Glints itu komponennya apa aja? Ya, so Glitz Academy ini kita sebenarnya di-lead oleh 3 Stanford graduate. Derek is on Stanford MBA, Tara is also Stanford MBA, and our education lead May is Stanford Education Science Master. Okay. Nah di sini kita desain mentorshipnya based on the Stanford Mentorship Blueprint. Jadi di sini teman-teman akan mendapatkan perencanaan karir, ya, that career development, workplace readiness skill, the self-management, as well as your work soft skill development. Dan teman-teman juga akan mendapatkan technical skills training. Jadi bagi teman-teman yang nanti sudah bekerja terus ada masalah in your technical skill, don't worry, your mentor industry practitioner as well, so they'll be able to help you at least give insight into how you can solve the problem. Yeah, they're not gonna give you the code, right? But more like guiding you to ensure that you'll be able to solve the problems at hand. Okay. And of course, the last one, your mentor is going to be the bridge between you and the companies, as well as with your university, and it's going to give you review on your performance, right? And going to give you feedback and work with you on how to develop that feedback into action. Yeah. Okay. Next, then, how are we going to grade you, and how are we going to give you pass or fail? Nah, di sini we look into 2 components. Again, we are not just going to look into your end result. We believe in human potential and allow you to reach that potential. Yeah. So we are going to assess you in 2 forms. The first one is 360 degrees feedback. Jadi di sini setiap 2 minggu sekali kita akan meminta tim project dari teman-teman untuk memberikan masukan. Jadi masukannya ini seperti how are you performing during the project, how collaborative are you, how receptive are you on feedback, and so on and so forth. Okay, and this feedback will become part of your discussion with your mentor bi-weekly. Okay, jadi ini misalnya let's say problem escalations. Okay, itu yang banyak yang memberitahukan ada masalah di 1 day before deadline. Okay, yeah. So I mean, if you only find out about it 1 day before deadline, it's okay, right? But if you already know about it like a week before, and you haven't told them until the last day, then it would be a worrisome thing, right? Jadi bagaimana nih kita bisa memecahkan masalah itu, right? So most probably it will be let's say it's in your mindset, in a way that I'm scared if I'm telling this to my colleague, they will see me as someone who is incompetent. Then your mentor is going to work on you with that. Like, let's change that mindset, right? Everyone actually no one's know everything. For instance, in work, as much as you call yourself an expert, there's no way that you can understand everything, right? If these things were to happen, what actually went through your mind? Does that make sense? Right? Does the sentence and the words that you tell yourself make sense? Right? Or is it not? If it's not, then when that thinking and thought arises, how can you counter that thought? Right? And how you can change that thought so that you can be more, can be a better team player. Yeah. So that's just one simple example. But there are ways that will make sure that your mentor will be able to help you put this feedback into action so that you can grow while you do your internship or your project-based learning, yeah, the industry project explorations. Then besides the 360 degrees feedback, then we will have project review. This is very straightforward. We'll check your project based on the specification that is given by your company. If let's say the company wants, okay, when you hover on a button, it's going to change color, and then when you click this, you will go to page X, right? Does that work? If it works, then there's a checklist. It's all good. If it's all good, then and then you would pass, right? Again, all of these 2 things is there to make sure that you will be successful, right? So that we can intervene very early. Okay, so even with the project review, you will have the discussion with your mentor each week. to make sure that the progress of the projects that you're creating is following the guidelines given, right? Is meeting the specification given. Again, our aim here is to make sure all of you graduate on time. All of you will be able to get the maximum study credit, yeah, so that there is no study delay. Okay, so we will be very cooperative with you, and we hope you'll be very cooperative with the mentor as well as your host company as well, right? And of course, the biggest gift that you can give us later on will be for you to continue from internship into working with the company. You will make a lot of our teams very happy. Okay. And then, of course, this is not just about work, right? What we see from our bootcamp is that the alumni is going to be your biggest asset when it comes into finding work. Dari how does this actually work? Jadi contohnya kita ada beberapa alumni yang bekerja di Tokopedia. Whenever there's an opening in Tokopedia, they will inform us, hey, Jeff, right? So I'm not the one that actually in charge in the placement, right? Is my teammate called Erwin. Like, hey, bro, ini kita ada pembukaan nih. Is there any Glints Academy students that we can get, right? So it's the same thing. You're going to be part of that Glints Academy alumni, and able to work in big companies and all right, my internet connection is unstable. Before I continue, can anyone hear me? Can you put on like?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Oh, hang on. Where is it? Yeah. Jadi kita harapannya nanti teman-teman sudah bekerja di perusahaan ternama. Ntar there's going to be a next batch of Glints Academy, and you guys can also engage with us. Like, hey, yeah, is there anyone that go through the program that can that I can recommend to the company as well, right? And let's say you want to switch industry from e-commerce into banking, we can connect you with those who actually work in banking as well, so that you guys can be in their radar. Okay, so this alumni network, we will foster it from day one that you join our program. And how we're gonna do this is through team building, industry expert sharing, right? So our alumni, we're gonna invite them to introduce themselves to you, to get to know each other, so that you guys can network, right? And within the community itself, we're gonna create social club. So if let's say you guys like to play chess, we're gonna have a chess group. Most probably it's gonna be online chess group. Yeah, so if you like football, then you're gonna have football clubs, and so it's just gonna be in gaming first, yeah. And yeah, we've aimed to foster this sense of community among all the students and the participants. Yeah. Okay, so then at the end of this program, what will you be getting? Number one thing is that it is your project portfolio. Okay, so over here we have a requirement that you have at least one project that is industry grade. Jadi untuk teman-teman yang bekerja atau melakukan magang di perusahaan, there is already an agreement that you have to be involved in one real project, right? Whatever the project is, it has to be there. But and it has to be in a basic level, entry level project, right? Because this is magang, right? Unless you guys can prove to themselves that you have an intermediate level of programming skill, and you want to be given a more advanced project, then you will get an entry level project. Okay, so again, don't worry, you're not going to be given to kind of like, okay, create a new mobile apps from scratch, right? Don't worry, then you're not going to do that. You're going to have an entry level project, so it's going to be bit by bit, right? So that at least you have one working product at the end of your internship. For your industry project explorations, you're going to have at least 2 products, right? And it's also going to be an entry level. So the first product is going to be entry level. If let's say we see someone actually doing really well, and we thought, okay, maybe you're ready for a higher intermediate level project, then the second project that we give you might be of an intermediate level project. Yeah. So at the end of this program, you're going to have a portfolio of at least one industry level products. Secondly, you're going to have a career plan, right? So it's going to be a Google Doc document form. So this is going to be, what is it that what are your values? What are your motivations? What motivates you? What drive you to learn? What is your strength and what is your weakness? And based on that, what industry maybe would suit you more, and what type of work that you should actually pursue. Okay. So with that career plan, of course, it's not set in stone, right? Maybe after you work in the industry, you have a change of mind, and you can always change that. And with this career plan, you can always go to our talent manager that we will assign to you at the end of the program. It's going to be for life until that person quits, in which we're going to give you a different talent manager. And you can always discuss this with our talent manager. Yeah. And then at the end, and of course, the third one is going to be your report. So this report will be the list and description of the things that you learn, the things that you work on, right? And you can bring this to your professor to be assessed and to be given an SKS. So di sini jangan khawatir, kita akan memastikan every project and every magang that you do will be eligible to be converted to your SKS. So we will be working together with your professor, with your university, to ensure that the magang as well as the industry project that you do meets the requirement of the SKS. Yeah. So for instance, di sini kita tahu dari BINUS, you have to have 6 months of internship, right? But from different university, it's actually 4 months. So we already tell a couple of our industry partners. They said they're okay with it. So for, let's say, student from BINUS, we'll extend it to at least minimum 6 months, while for the rest, it's just 4 months. Yeah. Right. And the last one, it will be our career service. So this is pertaining to the talent manager. So setelah teman-teman selesai dengan program ini, kita akan memberikan teman-teman talent manager, then this talent manager can help you out to find work, right? So if let's say you are already in okay, so next semester, no one is actually on semester 8, right? So semester 7. Setelah semester 7, kalian mau melakukan skripsi dulu, dan setelah semester 8 kalian ingin mencari kerja, feel free to WhatsApp that talent manager, right? And then he or she will help you to find work. Right. So over here, my recommendation to you is engage that talent manager in that 6 months. Tell them what industry you want to do. Tell them to keep an eye for certain positions in a certain companies. So during that skripsi times, right? If let's say a job, something similar, a job that match your descriptions is open, he or she can inform you so that you can apply during your skripsi time. Yeah. And then you can usually, like for instance, if you want to work for Glints, we have a very stringent interview process. I'm not gonna lie. Like for me, but because for me at a senior level, I have to went through 8 interviews that takes about 3 months. It was so long. And due to our schedule, some of my interview actually start at 6 a.m. The other one is 7 p.m. For entry level, we have about 4 to 5 interviews. And it goes from kind of like who interviewed to first cut interview. And then we focus on your skill, job outcomes interview, your culture interview, reference check interview. Yeah. So if you think that, it's still 3 months to go, but if you want to go to big companies, the interview process is going to be quite long, right? So I would say engage your talent manager. Ask them to inform you if there's any certain companies that you want, right? Because if let's say all of you wants to go to Google HQ in Singapore, which is one of our partners for hiring, they have also a very stringent interview process. Yeah. Nah, untuk itu, whenever it's open, engage the talent manager, ask the talent manager apa saja sih yang ini yang mereka butuhkan, because our talent manager could actually speak with their HR, right? And we'll be able to support you on that. No guarantee, of course. At the end of the day, with Google, it's up to your how you solve the code challenge that they give, right? Mostly what we can do to help is to prepare you for the interview. Yeah, and all of you will have that access once you're done with this program. Okay, so all in all, we hope to give you unforgettable moment of working and interning or doing project with us. This program will not require you to pay anything, right? For those that join the internship, you will get a monthly stipend of 4 million rupiah. Yes, we know it's not going to be enough for Singapore, but at this moment, due to the COVID situations, this is going to be a remote internship. What we are working on, especially with Shopee and UOB, is that you will be able to use their Jakarta office. So if you want to work from their office, you can go to their Jakarta office. Yeah. So that would be good as well, because you will have a connection with Shopee Singapore and you have connection with Shopee Jakarta, right? So if situation permit, use it, go to their Jakarta office. But if not, then just network with the Singapore one, work from home. Yeah. So besides that internship, we also have a project, industry project explorations that's gonna last about 16 weeks. And for BINUS, we're gonna give you a third project, yeah, because it has to be 6 months, right? So you're gonna graduate with 3 project portfolio instead of 2, okay? And the last one, you're gonna have a career support from our talent manager that you can activate anytime you want, right? Like for instance, for my talent manager that helped me get into Glints, even until now, she's still checking on me. Okay, how's my work at Glints is, right? Sometimes I kind of feel funny. It's like, oh, if let's say I want to move to a different company, can I just tell that talent manager? But apparently it is, right? We are very open. So if you were to join Glints, I hope that some of you will know that we will have a bi-weekly chat whereby we'll work on your short-term as well as long-term goal. So with my direct report, some of them actually wants to study an MBA in 2 years, and we work together on how to make that happen, right? With my manager as well, I told them what is my 2 years goal, and he works with me on how to realize it, right? So for MBA, for instance, then we'll give them referral letter. We'll help them prepare with their GMAT and so on and so forth. Okay. Then next, how does this gonna go? What's the timeline? The student recruitment for the program. Okay, so this is, we actually follow the Kemendikbud timeline. It's gonna go up to 15 July, right? On 15 July, I would suggest that you register before 15 July. Okay, we still don't know whether it's gonna close on 15 July at 0000 or is it gonna close on 15 July at 23:59, right? So it depends on the Kemendikbud platform. And then we're gonna have until 29th July to process your admissions and to announce who actually get into the program, right? And the program is going to begin on the 23rd of August, and it's gonna last for BINUS students for 6 months. Yeah. And what does the registration flows looks like? First, you're gonna register in bit.ly/daftar-glints-KM. I will put this in the chat later on, okay? And once you register, you will be given a code challenge. This code challenge needs to be conducted within 1 week, but I think we're going to change it to 3 days. Yeah. So please read the email and really read when is the deadline to do the code challenge. It's a basic code challenge. Don't worry, you're not going to be asked to create a mobile app. It's more on how to write a code to find or to print, let's say, odd numbers up to 100, right? So those are the code challenges the logical code challenges that are going to be given to you. And then you're going to have to do English test. So the English test is very, very important if you want to do internship. Okay, if you fail any of these two, you can still go to the industry project explorations. Yeah, because with industry project explorations, you will be exposed to our leaders, right? Derek, Tara, they're going to give you a talk. They're going to share their experience. But most of the program can be done with Bahasa Indonesia, right? If you also fail the code challenge, you still can go to industry project exploration, because we're gonna give you and train you in coding skill. Okay, but if let's say you do the code challenge and you fail English test, you will not be able to get into internship program. Why? Because your colleague is gonna be speaking and communicating in English, and if you cannot understand English and cannot communicate in English, not only that it's going to be very tough for you to perform, right? But it will also be detrimental in your relationship with the companies. Yeah. So if let's say you do the tests and the internship option doesn't show at the end, right, by our system, jangan berkecil hati, don't feel discouraged. I would suggest do the industry project explorations first, and then you can consider the internship in the next semester. Okay, but if let's say you do the options of internship is on and both the project exploration is on, then once you pass this, click that internship sections, and then you will be given an options for the companies that our system think would be very suitable for your current skill as well as your experience and industry interests. Okay. Nah, untuk yang ntar ke industry project explorations itu setelah dipilih, you just only need to wait until the program start. Untuk yang masuk ke internship itu bakal ada wawancara. Nah, wawancara ini akan dilakukan dari perusahaan yang kalian pilih. Jadi contohnya nanti dimilih Shopee, mungkin milih Ravenry, milih DBS, right? Ntar kamu akan ikuti wawancara dari mereka. Don't worry, we'll help you out with this. Ntar misalnya kalian diterima ketiganya, then you have to pick one, right? Nggak diterima ketiganya, if the deadline is still on, masih sebelum tanggal 15 Juli, ya, that means you guys can try to apply to another one. Okay, and then we'll guide you with the interview again. What went wrong? What was the weakness? How can we enhance that particular area of weakness of you when it comes to interview, so that you can be accepted in your other choices. Yeah. So again, untuk teman-teman nanti yang milih internship, don't just select one. I would say, right? Have option B, C, and D. Jadi strateginya sih menurut aku gini. Kan ntar ada number of position that is open, right? Select one that have that you like. So Shopee have a limited one. So it's about eight or 9, but then UOB has 22 and it's growing. And then Port of Authority of Singapore, if I'm not mistaken, they have 20 plus as well. ST Engineering, it's also about 20 plus. So apply to Shopee, but also apply to those that have a lot of positions open. Yeah. It's more on a strategy on how to make sure that you get into the internship program. Okay, if all fails, the industry project exploration will still be open for your choosing, right? So don't worry. If you cannot get into any of the internship, you still can go to the industry project explorations, and we will ensure that you will also get that 16 credit, 20 credit for the university. Yeah. Of course, if you don't want to select that and you want to do the program in university, that's also fine. There will be no charges. There's no denda untuk itu. Okay. Okay. Then once you are selected, then you just need to wait for the program to start. Okay. I think that's all really from me. Teman-teman semua ya. Jadi untuk teman-teman yang ingin mendaftar, bisa langsung di-scan aja QR-nya yang ada di screen. Or teman-teman juga bisa nih langsung ke bit.ly/daftar Glints KM. Let me put it here. Ya, untuk mempelajari lebih lanjut, teman-teman bisa ke academy.glints.com/kampusmerdeka. Oke, atau ada info lebih. But what I would recommend is to actually just join the Telegram group. Okay, you guys can scan the QR atau bisa langsung diklik aja ini linknya ya. Dan di situ juga ada pertanyaan, tim kita akan dengan senang hati untuk menjawab. Okay, again, for me, my recommendations just register, do the code challenge as soon as possible. This is a first come first serve basis, yeah. And we are opening it to a lot of universities in Indonesia. But of course, we will select the best of the best. And we believe that BINUS is one of the best university, the best, especially when it comes into tech. So I also heard that you guys actually already did, ada yang kemarin sempat ikuti program Bangkit ya dari Google ya. That will higher your chance to get accepted as well. But of course, if you feel that I don't think I'm confident enough, I don't think I have that high tech capacity to be able to work in this big company, I would say apply. You never know, right? Karena dari company ya, your hard skill is just one component. What we want to do, what we want to see is also how fitting are you with the culture of the company. In Glints Academy, even though if you are like the most genius person in Glints in general, yeah, but you don't fit with our culture, we're not going to accept you. There are cases where we see people with like okay performance, but they fit with our culture, that we select them over the other one. Why? Kenapa? Karena bagi kita hard skill is something that can be taught. Okay, but your liking, your preferences when it comes into working culture is something that is harder for you to change, right? So if let's say you feel that okay, my programming skill is not that great yet, but I do have the basic to perform. What I would suggest, go through the list, look at the company that you want, learn about their culture, working culture. Yeah, really read if what is it that they're looking for in a person, what is it their working culture there. So for instance, in Glints, we have RIPCO, which is relentlessly resourceful, integrity, impact, beginner's mindset, COH, ya, itu ada customer obsessed, high standard, and ownership. Yeah. So if you are very strong in any of those components, the more it is, the better. Then you have a very high degree of certainty that we will accept you. And we do believe in all other big companies is going to be the same. At least big international companies, yeah, it's going to be the same. So read through the culture, see if this fits you. If you do, focus on that, right? Of course, have option B and C and D, but focus on that. Make sure that you ace the interview, because the interview will most probably ask certain questions that pertaining to that. So for instance, for us in Glints, if let's say we were to measure your relentlessly resourceful, the question is going to be something like, give us an example of a time when you are given a project and you have minimum resources to complete the project, right? It can be the school project, it can be the your internship project. What did you do and what was the outcome, right? So it's not like, oh, I would like to do this. No, we're gonna need a specific example for that. Okay, I'm pretty sure the same company is gonna have that questions, right? So what you can prepare is look into the company culture, and for each of the culture, think about what type of situational questions that they're gonna ask to measure this culture fit through me. Okay, again, it's going to be situational culture as situational questions, and these questions will require you to give concrete examples of how you actually showing that type of behavior. Yeah, and you can prepare with that. You can contact some of our admissions, ask for their advice. Hey, if let's say Shopee have maybe integrity, right? What type of situational questions that would be asked for integrity? Okay. So again, if you have low self-belief, if you think that your programming skill is not that great enough, jangan berkecil hati. Coba research again company-nya ya, di riset, dilihat, diperiksa itu kira-kira budaya kerja seperti apa, value mereka itu seperti apa. If it fits with you, if you think, oh, this is really me, by all means apply, because I think you will have a high chance to be accepted. Okay, so any questions? If you have, join the Telegram group. We'll be more than happy to help you out. And I will open the floor for Q&A. Oke, jadi teman-teman yang ingin bertanya boleh dari chatnya dan boleh juga langsung di-unmute ya. And I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Nah, untuk yang pertama nih dari Sri Vatsa Utama. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. If we join Project Exploration, we will also get 20 SKS. Yes, correct. You will get 20 SKS juga, Sri Vatsa. Yeah. So we will ensure that all the project meets the requirement of the host university. So jadi ntar pas kita sudah ada the end list of the students that join, right? So as long as there is one student that joined that get accepted, we will work with the company and say, hey, this is our current program. Does it fit with the SKS, right? If it's not, we will extend. So for instance, with BINUS, we already have a talk with the company, with the university. And instead of 4 months, it has to be 6 months, right? And we have already redesigned the program specifically for BINUS students. So yeah, you will get 20 SKS.
Pak Jeffrey, saya bisa tambahkan kalau untuk BINUS saat ini kita masih belum bisa menyesuaikan dengan kampus Merdeka. Jadi baru semester depan yang baru bisa 20 SKS. Jadi untuk anak-anak itu saat ini 16 SKS.
Oh yeah, 16 SKS. Yeah. So thank you, Bu Jurika. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, Sri Vatsa, the SKS is actually up to 20. Sorry. So it depends on the university, right? So if within the semester itu maksimumnya adalah 16, then it will be 16. If it's 20, then it will be 20. Yeah. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Sri Vatsa. There is Stanley Tong. Can you show the project exploration slide again, sir? Sure. Yeah, this one, Stanley. Do you have any questions on this? Oke, mungkin selagi sedang dibaca, bagi teman-teman yang lain yang memiliki pertanyaan, boleh ditanya juga ya, baik dari chat atau di unmute.
Hi, Kak Jeffrey. Can I ask a question?
Sure, Jonathan.
My name is Jonathan, and I'm from Computer Science and Statistics program in BINUS, currently in 8th semester. Since I study computer and statistics, so the job that I should take is about data, like data analytics, data scientist, data engineering, and so on. Do you have a list of jobs that maybe can fit for double degree program like me and the others? And FYI, if like, since I'm taking double major, I cannot take a job in like mobile dev or in another programming that isn't include a statistic field.
Yeah. So you're asking if whether there is a position open for data-related or statistic-related jobs. Yeah, Jonathan, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. We have a couple of data science, data analysts, and business analysts as well. So I think business analysts also have a statistic component on this and data processing. So I think these are the three positions that you can look into.
Sorry, do you have a list, or maybe can you show us the list of each industry that have open vacancy per industry? The list of which company has which, yeah, and so on.
Okay, let me find the list. Give me a second.
Sure, thank you. That will be nice.
Ya, in the meantime, kalau ada teman-teman yang mau nanya, boleh langsung nanya juga ya, teman-teman ya. I think it is this one. Oke.
Pak Jeffrey, mungkin saya ada titipan pertanyaan. Kemarin ada mahasiswa yang dia account di Kampus Merdekanya lagi bermasalah. Apakah maksudnya apakah dia boleh ke Glints aja langsung atau gimana ya?
Boleh, Bu, boleh. Jadi ntar teman-teman boleh daftar di daftar bit.ly/daftar Glints KM. Ntar sudah ada di situ. Pas rakyat sudah daftar atau belum, klik aja no. Ya, belum ya. Nah, maksudnya udah daftar di Kampus Merdeka atau belum? Ya, klik aja no. Ntar dari tim admission kita bakal ngebantu. Nah, we had that cases. I think karena kita ada langsung kontak dengan Kemendikbud ya, Bu. So we can ask them to reset the program, reset the account dari student itu, ntar bisa dimulai lagi sih.
Oh, oke, baik.
Should be okay. Ya. Yeah. Nah, tadi Jonathan, so an example will be this business analyst. Okay. And then, this is actually not the whole list yet, ya. Yeah. It's still growing. I think we should be able. Kemarin ada beberapa yang minta data analyst. I don't think my team has put it here yet. But yeah, so an example will be this business analyst intern.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Ya, yeah. Sama-sama. Oke, sorry tadi yang ingin ngelihat slide-nya ya terputus.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. I have a question for the industry project exploration. Do we have to sign up for Glints Academy and then proceed to, if we choose to go with the industry project exploration? So the first thing we need to do is to apply to Glints Academy. Is it? Okay, apply to Glints Academy.
So what you need to do is to apply here, just bit.ly/daftar Glints KM. Ntar diminta untuk ngerjain code challenge dan English test. Then based on this result, sistemnya ntar bakal kasih pilihan. Either you can go to internship or industry project exploration or both. Nah, di situ baru dipilih Stanley.
Okay.
Yeah. Hope I answer your question.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, do you happen to have any list on opening jobs based on cybersecurity?
Cybersecurity. Let me check. Okay, hang on. I'm not quite sure, but let me check with my team, yeah?
Okay. Saya kemarin juga ada riset sedikit, ada juga akhir-akhirnya ada ke Glint Academy punya website. Waktu itu sempat kemarin ketemu Kaspersky membuka posisi untuk ini mencari intern cyber security.
Oh oke. Itu di Glint Academy ya?
Ya Glint Academy juga Singapura lagi buka juga nih sekarang. Tapi nggak tahu ya, saya informasi kurang juga. Nggak dibilang apakah is it remote work or is it on office? Because it didn't say. It did say it is a Singapore. The open position is located on Singapore, but it did not say if it is a remote or work from office. So when I filled the form, it did ask a question: are you allowed to work on Singapore or yes or no? But you can choose both. So I choose both.
Okay. The thing is, sebenarnya saat ini untuk internship kita dengan Economic Development Board dari Singapura lagi berdiskusi if there's any possibilities for you to actually intern in Singapore itself, right? Karena saat ini sih belum ada visa untuk internship, right? So this is something that we are still under discussion. So it's G2G cooperations as well antara Kemendikbud dan juga EDB. So it is most probably for all of this internship for now, it will be remote based. Ya, dan juga kita kalau mengingat, walaupun saya visanya udah ada, saat ini Singapura masih tutup. Right? And looking at the macro situations di Indonesia yang COVID lagi membludak, I don't think we'll be able to travel anywhere in the next 6 months. Just to be very, very frank with you. So most of this position will be remote, I think. Yeah, but of course, maybe in the subsequent semester when the border is open, you will be able to perhaps visit. Yeah, so using Visit Pass to intern there for 30 days. Nah, if that's were to happen, kita sudah ada agreement juga dengan Kemendikbud that you will be able to reimburse everything. So the travel, the accommodations, the food while you are over there, they will be able to be reimbursed.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the information, sir. Thank you for the opinion as well.
Ya, sama-sama.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Ya.
Saya dalam rombongan mahasiswa yang tadi tidak bisa mengakses akun kampus Merdeka. Tadi katanya untuk pertanyaan sudah daftar di kampus Merdeka itu pilihin yang no ya?
Pilihin no aja, ya.
Tapi saya lihat di formnya tidak ada pilihan no untuk pertanyaan tersebut. Hanya ada ya doang.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me check. Okay, Vincent. Okay, can you send me an email? Let me. Okay, you can send me an email, and then I will ask my team to follow up with you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Oke, dari teman-teman yang lain, apakah ada pertanyaan? Okay. Ini ada beberapa lagi dari Joanna. Does this program also available for students from other background aside from tech computer science? Yes, Joanna. So, nah, jadi nanti itu kayak kita lihat kan ada product manager. Nah, itu sebenarnya untuk dari bisnis bisa sih. What we're gonna do is that again just do the test. Ntar bakal dikasih opsinya ya. So if let's say the coding skill is still not there, what going to happen is that internshipnya bakal muncul, but it will be just for non-related tech positions. So the majority will be tech positions, right? But there are a couple of positions that is for business related. Jadi dicoba aja, Joanna ya. And then you can select what are the available business positions that is available. But it is mostly will be for tech related. Sama-sama, Joanna. Oke, ada lagi nih kira-kira yang mau ditanyakan teman-teman? And also, jadi kita masih itu ya, masih growing juga ya listnya ya. As we speak, we are still looking for more and more internship opportunities and availabilities. So, if you are given access to internship, do check on daily or weekly basis, right? And perhaps there will be new internship coming, and you can apply for that as well. Okay. Jadi bagi teman-teman yang diterima untuk internship, yang eligible untuk internship, boleh dicek terus platformnya ya for new internship yang bahkan kita update selalu. Oke. Srivatsa, for the project explorations, not really like internship. It's more on, it's like problem-based learning. So you are learning through solving projects, but industry projects. Ya. Jadi ini contohnya, kita ini dari Ravenry ada satu untuk contohnya DevOps ya, untuk cloud computing. Nah di situ ntar dia kasih project untuk bikin solutions lah for something related to cloud, their cloud computing problems yang mereka hadapi ya. Dan ini ntar ada beberapa tim. Nah, jadi we will treat it a bit like a hackathon, yeah. But instead of 1 week, it's going to be about 4 weeks. Dan ntar teman-teman bakal ngerjain, pecahin masalahnya, terus ntar bakal present bareng dengan yang lain. Ntar dari tim di Ravenry-nya bisa milih, okay, if you meet the minimum requirement, you all will pass, but there will be someone that they will say, okay, this will be the best and the most suitable solutions. Why? Because given the business requirement that we stated, as well as the rest of our program, for instance, this will fit more, something like that. Yeah. So it's not just mentorship. There will be mentorship, Srivatsa. It's more on how you learn through solving real-world projects. I hope I answer your question, Sri. Okay, for Devi, is there any limitation stream for project exploration, for instance, front and back end only? At this moment, it is very tech related sih untuk project explorations ya, Devi ya. It is mostly will be front end, back end, mobile, and cloud computing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but there are different level of the project. So perhaps what we what you can do is, let's say you still have a basic understanding of programming. There are a lot of like programming platform that is available out there for you to learn. It can be ProGate, it can be Codecademy, yeah. Learn it first, right? So for instance, in ProGate, I think there is front end or React Pass. Do that. Or in Codecademy, there's also build app with React, right? Do that. I think that would suffice for you to solve a project for front end development. Hope that answers, yeah, Devi. Yeah. Yes, but in terms of stream, it is mostly tech. At this moment, it's mostly tech. Okay. Data related. Okay. For data related, then maybe can look for the internship, Devi. Okay, hope that answers, yeah, Devi. Yeah. So from Vincent, could you explain again about seleksi and wawancara phase? This is part of registration flow. Yeah. Nah, jadi untuk yang wawancara, dan di sini sih lebih untuk yang ikuti internship. Yeah, Vincent. So what happened is that once you do the code challenge and English test, there will be list of companies that you can apply to for internship. You need to select which one you desire. Yeah, it can be more than one. And after that, there will be a interview sessions. Ya, dari perusahaannya. Jadi misalnya apply ke Shopee, UOB, DBS, dan ntar ketiga-tiganya bakal minta interview Vincent. And then based on that interview, then they will do a selections, right? And they will announce it, and you can see it from our platform as well. Based on that, ntar Vincent harus pick one. And let's say all the three accept you, then you have to pick one of them. Yeah, so again, over here, when you have to pick, please be mindful on the deadline, right? Because it will be on the side of the internship provider. If you miss the deadline, that's it. There's nothing we can do. Okay, so please be mindful with the deadline. If let's say they give you, okay, please accept this within 24 hours. Please do so within 24 hours. Because that will be final, and if you pass that, and then you want to accept that again, I don't think we can help you with that. Yeah, so please be mindful with the deadline that they give you. Okay, hope that answers your questions, yeah, Vincent. Yeah, so for seleksi and wawancara, it's mostly for yang ikuti internship. Okay. Now untuk Nanda, is there an AI-related internship? As far as I know, so far, not really, Nanda. I guess the closest to AI will be data science. Yeah, I know it's still still quite far, but I don't think there is AI yet. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Nanda. But hopefully, it's not doesn't discourage you to apply. Vincent, so the interview could be in different. Yeah, it will be in different day for sure. Yeah, it will be in different. It will not be like once you've done your code challenge, you select, and then it's going to be an interview directly. Nah, it will be different day. Yeah, so check your email as well. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Srivatsa, last question. Is there any training program for mobile development in project exploration? There is a quick refresher course, but it will not be a deep dive into mobile development. So Sri, I would suggest sharpen it now, okay? Because when you go in there, it's going to be a 4-week refresher course, but it will be like a quick go through of the mobile development processes and coding. Yeah, yeah. So if you want to learn from scratch, I don't think it will be that suitable. So I would suggest learn the basic first, okay? So then you can follow the refresher course quickly later on. I hope that answers your question, Sri. If you have more questions, feel free to ask. It's okay. Pleasure. Oke, dari teman-teman yang lain, ada yang mau ditanyakan lagi? Oke, mungkin ini again extra info ya. Pastikan teman-teman yang lulus dari Code Challenge dan sudah memilih perusahaannya, don't jangan terledor ya teman-teman. Don't slack. I would suggest itu setelah memilih perusahaannya, really dig deep into what is the company culture, what's the type of person that they look for, yeah, and prepare for the interview. Okay. There's going to be competitions, and in order for you to succeed is to actually ace the interview as well. Go to YouTube and Google what are the interview for Shopee intern. for instance. See, contohnya ada nggak sih orang-orang yang sudah pernah melakukan interview di Shopee ya? What are the type of questions they ask? It's most probably is going to be situational based questions, di mana teman-teman akan diminta untuk memberikan contoh situasi yang terjadi dari teman-teman. Ya, it's not going to be like in that situation I would do this. I don't think they will accept that, right? But again, I could be wrong, right? But really prepare and prepare for the situational context that you're gonna give them as well. So, for instance, they ask, like Adrian's right, for relentlessly resourceful, we'll ask, give us a project where you have minimum resources. Given minimum resources, what happened? What did you do? What was the result? Right? Give a proper example. So, let's say during my university, I need to do project, let's say to develop a website with HTML and CSS. It was a team project, but everyone were slacking, right? They were too busy with other things that it was only me. So despite of my plea and asking them to meeting and ask them to do their part, the progress was really slow, and it was 2 days to deadline. What I did was that, I asked all of them to meet, and we do for 2 hours a day, and we do the project together, right? And I provide them with any training that they need for HTML and CSS, and as the result, we are able to submit the project 2 days prior to the deadline, and we get a B, something an 8, right? So this type of answers, there will be things that they will be looking for. Yeah. So prepare for that. So when you apply for an internship and you select the company that you want, go through the website, check what type of questions that they're going to ask, right? Guess and prepare for the answers. Yeah. Anyone want to ask any questions?
Hello, yes, sir. Right now I'm on the form for daftar registrasi KM. So there's a nomor ID pelajar. The nomor ID pelajar tuh, do we follow our campus student ID or do we have to use the Kampus Merdeka one?
Your campus ID.
Campus ID.
Ya, karena ntar kita harus cek sama itunya, sama universitasnya, apakah benar kamu murid yang masih aktif.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it for now. Thank you.
Pleasure. So I look in the form in the question, apakah kamu sudah mendaftar diri di Kampus Merdeka? The website, in that website. Okay. To be honest, with Kampus Merdeka, I'm not quite sure what I can do. Let me give this to my team. Yeah. And Andreas, if you can send me an email, and then I will, once we get answers from Kampus Merdeka, then I will let you know. Yeah. Okay. I wonder, did siapa tadi ya yang mengalami hal yang sama juga ya? Are you also experiencing that that message in Kampus Merdeka? Was it Vincent ya? Let me text my team. Yeah, so Andreas, just send me an email and I'll ask my team to check it with the Kemendikbud team. Yeah. Untuk tadi yang Vincent, are you also experience the same thing? If not, can you in your email can you explain the situations as well, like what happened, what went wrong? Ya, apakah ada message tertentu dari website Kemendikbudnya? Okay, then I will ask my team to follow up with them. Yeah, thank you. Oke, dari teman-teman yang lain ada pertanyaan lagi nih? Gak ada ya? Oke. Kalau nggak ada, mungkin dari Bu Jurika, perhaps we can end it here. What do you think, Bu Jurika?
Ya, terima kasih Pak Jeffrey. Mungkin kalau masih ada mahasiswa yang tidak ikut hari ini, apakah Bapak mungkin bisa menyerahkan ke kami satu poster yang kami juga bisa umumkan lagi di line Square kami gitu.
Oh, boleh Bu, boleh.
Ya, nanti mungkin di WA atau di mana?
Ya, boleh Bu Jurika. Jadi poster untuk mengenai ininya ya, program Kampus Merdeka Glints ya.
Iya, betul.
Oke, boleh. Oke, gitu. Dan if that's the case, then thank you, terima kasih banyak Bu Jurika ya sudah host Glints dan sudah mengadakan sesi webinar ini. Dan juga terima kasih banyak nih untuk teman-teman yang sudah hadir dan sudah bertanya. Jadi bagi teman-teman yang pingin, yang ada pertanyaan lain, mungkin yang malu bertanya, bisa bergabung ke grup Telegram kita. Ntar di sini tim kita akan membantu untuk menjawab pertanyaan-pertanyaannya juga. Oke. Jadi sekali lagi, terima kasih banyak Bu Jurika, terima kasih banyak teman-teman semua. We hope that we'll see a lot of BINUS student in our program. And yeah, stay healthy, stay safe, and best of luck. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oke, terima kasih.
Sorry for the late question, but untuk akun Kampus Merdekanya saya bikin baru sih. Untuk ini bisa.
Oh, bisa ya?
Ya.
Oke. Berarti apakah Stanley tahu dari what was the problem awalnya?
Pertamanya sih saya cuma ambil estimasi sendiri ya. Waktu itu kan saya juga ikut Kampus Merdeka. Saya ikut ini Bangkit. Tapi isunya gara-gara kenapa tiba-tiba banyak sekali akun yang nggak bisa masuk, itu saya kiranya pertama gara-gara Bangkit kan 3.000 orang. Itu nge-overload server. Terus gara-gara itu di pihak Bangkit katanya meng-cancel semua aktivitas di Kampus Merdeka. Ya dengan saya ada kontak di teman-teman lain dan kampus lain juga ada teman. Saya nanya, akun Kampus Merdekanya gimana? Katanya sih tidak bisa akses semua. Ya saya mikirnya sih dihilangin karena overload. Itu betul. Terus ini saya sebenarnya saya bikin akunnya bukan sekarang sih, saya bikin akun barunya tuh kalau nggak salah sudah sebulan lalu. Jadi kalau misalnya mau bikin sekarang saya kurang tahu ya. Mungkin dicoba lagi karena mungkin saya juga masih di bagian server mereka juga kan lagi recovery ya, gara-gara waktu itu juga overload gede-gedean.
Mungkin juga ya.
Saya juga saya Kampus Merdeka down sama kalau pada tahu itu di pihak Google juga bilang sendiri katanya kalau Kampus Merdeka tidak bisa diakses selama 2 minggu. Itu kan waktu itu lagi proses ini recovery juga itu. Mungkin nanti dicoba lagi daftar ulang. Apa nih? Kenapa error connection mitra? Apa nih? Lalu saya coba. No problem. Bisa.
Sudah bisa ya sekarang ya?
Ya sudah bisa. Tapi akun barunya juga belum saya edit. Saya belum taruh informasi apapun.
Oke. Boleh, gak apa-apa. Jadi mungkin teman-teman yang misalnya ada terkena masalah di Kemendikbudnya dan ingin di follow up dari Dream Cleans, one thing maybe to be more efficient is jadi di grup Telegramnya itu kasih foto aja itu kira-kira problemnya apa nanti ya, terus di tag aja either me atau itu ada Kak Gita namanya GITA ya, di situ ntar bakal kita bantu telusuri. Okay. So thank you Stanley for bring this up to the team.
Oke. Kak mau nanya juga Kak, ini kan bilangnya apakah sudah mendaftarkan diri ke Kampus Merdeka? Technically saya sudah berdaftar, tapi saya belum input informasi apapun di account. Apakah saya perlu input informasi?
Ya, perlu sih.
Perlu ya.
Perlu. Tapi we will have another session today untuk yang udah daftar, ntar bakal ada sesi dari Glints juga. Itu di sana di mana kita akan memastikan teman-teman sudah daftar di Kampus Merdeka. Jadi ntar dibilang apa saja nih yang harus sudah didaftarin di Kampus Merdekanya. Untuk setahu saya sih perlu diisi. Stanley. Tapi Kampus Merdeka juga harus milih Glints, terus program yang mau diambil yang apa. Jadi untuk yang internship itu kalau nggak salah international internship di Kampus Merdekanya software engineer internship, I think. It will encompass everything, ya. Ada yang data science, it will go under that. Jadi kemarin sempat kita bilang juga sih, why not just put it international internship. Nah itu juga lagi tektokan dengan mereka. So untuk saat ini teman-teman yang udah mendaftar mungkin kalau pilih Glints baru ngelihat yang software engineer, pilih aja yang itu, nggak apa-apa.
Oke. Oke, ini Kak ada pertanyaan dari Kak Dia tuh, dibaca dulu ya Kak.
Oke, boleh. Oke, aku baru ngecek di website Kampus Merdeka deadline-nya jadi Juli 31. Oh, oke, then that's good news. Ya, jadi kita akan selalu mengikuti deadline-nya Kemendikbud ya, teman-teman ya. So if let's say they said it's July 31st, then it will be July 31st. But again, kayaknya nih dari Kemendikbud udah diubah beberapa kali. I would say to be safe, just do it by 15 July. Okay? Tapi ntar misalnya ada announcement, kalau ini sudah oke, kita udah dengar dari Kemendikbud juga ya, ntar kita announce juga di grup Telegramnya. Okay? Just to be safe, just register by 15 of July dulu. Oke, ya. Oke. Thank you, Nia. And thank you, Stanley.
One more question, sir. Sorry.
Okay, sure, no worries.
So, di sini ada CV, sertifikat kita itu wajib, dan transkrip nilai. Transkrip nilainya ini, apakah IPK yang di ini ya, dari kampus tergantung siapa ya, atau gimana?
Ini yang untuk form di Glints atau di Kemendikbud ya?
Kemendikbud.
To be honest, I'm not sure sih. Kalau misalnya dia suruh transkripnya, most probably is the last transcript you have.
Sadly, Binus does not use transcripts. Use the console to show you the score.
Oh, ya udah, upload yang itu aja paling ya. Mungkin dia mau ngelihat nilai-nilai aja paling.
Ntar loh, saya juga bingung ya transkrip. Saya Binus pun langsung lihatnya kasih lihat IPK gitu, nggak kasih lihat nilai-nilai.
Oh, dia mau IPK-nya?
Kayaknya ya, saya kurang tahu ini. Biasanya cuma bilang transkrip nilai wajib, unggah transkrip nilai kamu dalam format PDF dan ukuran maksimal 2 MB. Udah, itu doang.
Is there any ada dokumen nggak yang nunjukin nilai-nilainya? Stan?
Selama saya kuliah di BINUS sih nggak ada sih, nggak pernah pembagian nilai langsung gitu. Saya biasanya untuk lihat nilai itu pun ada langsung konsolnya gitu Kak. Bisa langsung lihat di semester berapa nilainya berapa, IPK total jadi berapa. Itu sih.
Oh, oke. Ya udah mungkin di-upload itu aja dulu ya.
Jadi upload yang paling terakhir ya kemungkinannya.
Iya, upload aja itu. Ntar kalau seandainya it's not something that they look for, kemungkinan besar bakal mereka yang kontak sih. Ya.
Okay. Actually makes sense. Bentar, apa ini? Oke. Itu udah dulu Kak, terus sementara. Makasih.
Ya, sama-sama. Ini mungkin untuk teman-teman yang mau let me share this with you, the slide ya, karena Sri tadi minta project explorations-nya ya, Sri ya. Let me give the PDF file. Okay, the download speed is really slow. Okay, it's almost done. Let me share it in the chat. Jadi untuk teman-teman yang ingin baca-baca lagi bisa ya. Let me just compress that. Oke, udah saya kirim ya teman-teman ya. It's 8 megabytes, so it might take a while for you to download. Okay, hang on. Let me compress that and resend it. Okay. Okay, this is much smaller. Okay. Nah, jadi teman-teman yang ingin baca-baca lagi bisa langsung dari slide-nya ya. Okay guys, do you guys have any more questions? Gak ada. If not, then I'll end this meeting ya, teman-teman ya. Okay, thank you semuanya. Thank you sudah daftar. We also have some positions in Glens. Jadi bagi teman-teman yang banyak nanya, tadi daftar di Glens. We like people who are active. We like people who are opinionated. So hopefully we'll see a lot of BINUS students in our program, and hopefully we'll also see some of you interning with us, or even apply to us. Yeah, we have a lot of open positions at this moment at Glens because we are growing due to the recent investment we receive. So we are expanding. Feel free to check either, of course, the Campus Merdeka is great, but if you want to, mungkin yang sudah di semester 8 dan udah mau siap kerja, you can also go to glins.com/id. Di situ kita juga banyak opening yang lagi di kerjaan yang lagi di open. Okay. So with that in mind, then thank you very much semuanya. Again, stay healthy, stay safe, stay healthy, and all the best with your applications. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Thank you also to you, Jeffrey.
Yeah, pleasure.